Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sons and Daughters of Liberty. Just give me a couple moments here to finish sharing the links to this broadcast, and we will get started. By the way, you might want to buckle your seatbelts for a little ride. Those that use the label red pill may have forgotten to question this ideology because it's not new. And once more, history repeats itself. What a clever little snake he is. So how truly awake are you? You just may want to take a seat and buckle up because I'm about to make you question a few things. So please keep your hands and feet in the car and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a little fun discussion. We hear the term, I'm red-pilled, red pill. Most people consider it from, know it from the Matrix. Here, take the red pill. See the things for what it truly is. Nobody's questioned things. Nobody does that anymore. The red pill shows you everything. It means you're awake. You're seeing the truth for what it is. Or are you just seeing the illusion that was put in front of you once more? Interesting how these things come about and history can be shown to where it's repeated itself. Interesting how we can go back through history and see how these ideologies and symbols have been used in the past. You know, interesting how the snake said to Eve, eat the apple. And what happened after she ate it? The forbidden fruit of knowledge. What happened? They now saw their nakedness, seeing things for what it truly was. Very old story, right, guys? Even biblical to some. But you're saying, well, it wasn't a pill, that was an apple. Well, or it was some kind of fruit. What color was the fruit? Was it not red? Was it not depicted as red? Or that's what we depict it as? No one questions. No one thinks for themselves. They follow. They see a trend. Somebody coins it. Nobody questioned the character of Morpheus. Who was Morpheus? Is Morpheus not a Greek god of dreams? Morpheus, the Greek god of dreams who delivered messages from the gods to the mortal world. Greek mythology depicts its deities as belonging to one big family, and people today would likely be able to recognize its most prominent members. Most people are perhaps familiar with the 12 Olympians, the major deities of the Greek pantheon. Don't worry, I'm going to come back to numerology here in a second. Many would have also heard about the Titans. What were the Titans? Were they not the giants? Would we know them as the Nephilim? The 12 apostles, the 12 tribes, once more. Down the rabbit hole we go. Once more, Alice in Wonderland. What does that mean? Oh, wait. It was just another version of the red pill for that generation. But no, we do not question. We don't realize that, Lucifer, Satan, devil, whatever you want to call him, the deceiver, the father of lies, father of deception and illusion. What is the biggest illusion? Oh wait, one more title, because we'll be talking about that a little bit too. The Prince of Air. Are we not? Am I not broadcasting through the airways, through the Ethernet, internet? Oh, how we do not question things. You know, we say we took the red pill, we're awake, we're open, we see things. But yet you fell for an illusion and a deception when you call yourself red pill. I took the red pill. In some beliefs, red and black all fall under the left-hand path. We can question that. In the 70s, when Star Wars first came out, what color was Darth Vader's lightsaber? Red. Originally green before he turned over the dark side. What color was Luke's? Blue. Once more, in your face. Set for a new generation. Don't worry, I'll probably have more Star Wars ideas and concepts after tomorrow, or after later today. Well, it's real later today, because it's like, this day's just started, it's 12. The point is, every generation has had their red pill. No one questions. Everybody just accepts. In theory, the Matrix was probably the best propaganda psyop ever created. And at the same time, some could say it did give insights to things to come. Because let's look at it. We're living in the day of age of computers, technology, virtual reality. Some would say it's the end of the time. I don't think so. They'd say that every time. That's my personal opinion and view on it. Like I said, I'm spiritual. Because I see the dangers of believing those things. Because, and I'm not saying it's not wrong to believe it. Nice to have the idea that, one day we'll be in heaven. And some of us may find differently. We might get help. But hey, then some may say neither. That's the problem. Once more, we get into the concept of illusion, things that divide. We stop being free thinkers and thinking for ourselves. We hold on to labels, which is nothing more than a symbol, symbology, a magical formula to some. Within a symbol, there's multiple layers of meanings and multiple agendas. I've pointed this out in the last few broadcasts I've done. But we took the red pill. We see everything. Oh, well, tell you what, these days, this day and age, everything we see, we're questioning more now than we ever. So, hey, maybe their plan may have backfired, except for the problem is we can't agree on anything. We can't agree what's truth, what's disinformation, what's real information. How much of that real information has multiple layers of agendas and manipulations. We're getting ready to even go into another age of technology with 5G. People don't understand 5G. They hear it. they look at it and they think, okay, it's this, it's that. Let me give you a brief understanding of the G note in music. It is the frequency and vibration that it resounds. It has meaning. You should think of that on those terms to understand what it can and can't do. Everything we work with, even my voice, has a frequency and vibration that is unique to me. Just like yours is unique to you. No one questions. We're taught that, oh, that's from this belief system, so it's wrong. We're red-pilled. We know better. That's the same line they've been spewing for centuries, dividing each and every one of us, pitting us against each other, because we have different views, different opinions, because from the time we're able to recognize right from wrong just a little bit, we're being programmed. We're being taught those very things. I think it's funny these days, just watching and observing, interacting with a few people here and there when I choose to. I wish I realized a lot of the things I've come to realize at an earlier age. Oh yeah, that goes with that old saying. I wish I knew then what I know now. So true. We've been behind the curve, behind the eight ball, so to speak. Always steps behind. Always being programmed for what's to come. Fed a little bit of truth, just enough to give the illusion of it, and the rest is manipulation and deceit. With somebody else's agendas attached to it that doesn't even coincide to ours, but we see this idea of seeing everything what it really is. Oh yeah, Adam said this. Eve said the same thing. Tricked Adam to eat that apple too. Look where that got him. Look where that got the rest of us. If you believe in that scenario, that scripture there, that ideology, many religions do. As I pointed out, let's look at the Grecian religion. Oh, just simple. I mean, we didn't have to get into it very far. The 12 major gods. The 12 gods. When I say major, I mean, you know what I mean. The 12 original gods that made up that pantheon. We know it broke down into their children and children. And, yeah, I'm sure everybody studied a little bit of Grecian history and philosophy. Just like most misconception, the Bible was originally written in English, or Old English. Oh, on contraire. Then they'll say, oh, it was Latin. Well, got to go back farther than that. Actually, Grecian. And we know from scholars there was other texts before that, other languages, Coptic, Aramaic. It's been retranslated over and over. But isn't it interesting? We find symbology of 12 within the Greek pantheon, which, by the way, guys, that's where they went from Greek to Latin and to Old English. And like I said, there's several before it. And some of you will say, oh, no. Okay. quit being red-pilled and go research it. Why did I just say it that way? Why? Because when you hold on to a concept, a label, an ideology like that, you think you see everything as it really is and don't question anything further. That's why I've been a broken record about question everything. Question everything I say. You're supposed to be free thinkers. You're supposed to be individuals. You know, when you start seeing how dangerous labels are, you'll quit putting yourself in a category of a label. As I just pointed out, very misconception of the red pill here. Nobody questioned it. I'm sure somebody has. I can't be the only bored person in the world with crazy ideas and theories, right? I know. What I'm saying is crazy to most of you. Why? Because I'm making you question something. Something that you've heard, seen the term used over and over. Oh, wait. Okay, somebody's going to say, oh, you're just a right-winger. Nope. Sorry. Don't believe in labels. You'll never hear me claim to be anything other than I am that I am. I am who I am. I am me. I'm not civilized. I'm not domesticated. I am me. I am Drew Lima, that most of you know me by, or Smiley. That is who I am. That's who people know me as. They don't know me as a label. And wait, oh, okay, I said I was a free thinker, so I kind of labeled myself, didn't I? That's a label, truthfully. Well, if I got to be all the way honest, yes, being a free thinker is a label. But I'd rather think for myself than let other people do it for me. Yes, I'm going to make mistakes along the way. That's part of learning, part of growing. That's a part of being awake and open to realize that you're going to make mistakes. I don't need somebody to tell me that. I already know it. I just need somebody to point it out when I do make a mistake so I can fix it if I view it needs to be fixed at this point in time in my life. Question. You know, the concept of red pill and the concept of the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden is the very same thing. What happened after you took the red pill, after Adam and Eve ate the apple, or whatever the fruit it was, the forbidden fruit, we'll just call it that. I'm pretty sure most people consider it a red apple, or a red pomegranate. Some, I mean, different practices, different beliefs, call it many different things, but they pretty much will attribute the color red to it. Don't know why. Not, can't remember, and I'm not going to dig out the Bible to go back to see if he actually said it was red. I don't think it did. But for some odd reason, we've considered it a red fruit. You know, it's a slippery slope when we start thinking about it, when you start realizing whatever you want to call Satan, the devil, the prince of air, the fallen angels. Fallen angels bred with man, there came the Nephilim, the race of giants, the Titans. What did they do? They taught the children of how to read, how to write, how to do math, how to do science, and all the arts. Every skill. No one questions that part. I hear so many people talking about it these days, mentioning it. They'll quote the very same thing I just quoted, but they can't question any farther than that. Because if they did, yes, that means they taught them religion. They taught them to they taught them the powers of division. They started pitting us against each other. So, on that line of thinking, can we now understand why things are the way they are? Throughout history, we can see this concept. We don't question. We take for granted what we were taught and brought up as kids is fact, concrete. No question it. Not our parents' fault at all. They were taught the same thing. See how the cycle goes? Their parents taught them. Their parents' taught them. Then we start talking about, you know, let's talk about the founding fathers just for a little bit, right? Many of them, we all know, were Masons of some sort, Freemasons or whatever. It's known fact amongst all of us. Why are they so ridiculed about that? Well, for one, freedom of religion, freedom to believe in what you want. Guess what, guys? That little line right there condemned them by every religious community who wants to say their belief is above another's. And I'm all for it. Everybody should believe and practice what they want. I believe the Constitution, as it is, black and white, hates that. Why? And I'm not defending the Masons, by the way, where anybody says that. I'm just saying, see, I'm pointing it out because I want you to see the other side of the coin. How we get this red pill scenario, but yet we don't realize the illusion of it. And some of you are definitely not going to agree with this. Fine. I respect that you're right. I just ask the same in return. Think about it. Question it. I'm not saying question your faith. Faith is important. As we now know, faith without works is dead. You have to have faith. We strive to have faith. Because we need to have faith in something. It's okay to be spiritual. I'm just against the dogma that teaches us to hate other people's ideologies and beliefs. Because I'm the first one to say, I think there's many truths in the Bible. But I also know that's not the only truth. Because as you see pointed out, every time you retranslate something, meaning is lost. You just have to understand that. There's certain aspects of Coptic and Aramaic. They're almost dead languages. There's only a few people on earth that can translate them. And they can't even translate the full text. So there's missing parts of it. It's interesting. A lot of religions have a common numerology system with 12. 12 apostles, 12 apostles, 12 disciples, you know, covenant of 12, 12 nations, or the 12 tribes. Now, sometimes we don't question, well, or some people won't even go pick up other religious texts and read them. Stories are similar in most cases. Just with different names. Just a little bit different twist, and you add their dogma on top of it. That's what sets it aside from everything else. You strip that dogma away, you're pretty much reading the same story, or just in different belief systems, for the most part. From what I've experienced and from what I've read in other sacred texts. So nobody thinks to question that, maybe it's just another piece of the puzzle, another piece to the whole story. Because we get caught up in the label. We get caught up in an identity, a creation, a word, red pill, forbidden fruit. Now, so, like I said, we're living in a day and age where technology has become the thing. 5G, we're talking about airwaves, frequencies of vibration that travel through the air and connects everyone. That's why I mentioned the Prince of Air. We have to be careful what we allow to become part of our personal ideologies and stuff without questioning it. Like I said, the Matrix in theory is a great part. Look at it. Look how good this is. That's how they throw tech at you. That's how they throw any new thing at you. Look how great it is. Never want to mention the side effects. Never want to mention the underlying agendas. You know, most people do. Most people forget that they were actually cast down to earth. They walk this world with us, amongst us. We just may not see them. We don't know how far they've evolved. Like a little fun theory for me, but I've talked about, not on this channel, but on another channel. And I've actually talked to a few people about this ideology. Let's talk about Bigfoot, shall we? Okay, now you guys are really going to say I'm off my rocker. Am I? What if, I know, and what if a fifth was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, right? But what if Bigfoot is the fallen angels, is the Nephilim? I mean, giant, according to people that claim they see it, or pictures, or scientists, that, Bigfoot, we call them big. That big of a foot means you got to be fairly tall. But not a giant. I mean, just saying. It is an angel. After all, they were angels. We just now call them demons. Mm-hmm. But they taught us everything that we're doing now. I mean, just me talking. The only reason we have different languages, I mean, if you believe the Christian concept of this, Tower of Babel, the dividing of nations, the division of languages. Most people just think, oh, they're trying to make a stairway to heaven. Yeah, they were. I wonder who came up with that bright idea. I wonder who whispered in somebody's ear. What does they whisper? and its silent words conveyed through the air. Of course, there's no proof to this part. This is just making you question, making you think of things before you start adhering to labels, you know. Before you say, I'm red-pilled, I'm awake. Yeah, I don't think so. You might be partially awake. There's truth there. Like I said, best lies with a little bit of truth. Because all you see is the truth. You miss the real illusion of it. What is a lie? A lie is an elaborate illusion to get you to believe in something that's not really there. The deception. So you sugarcoat it with a little bit of truth. Most people won't look past it. That is fact. You know, it's like they tell people it's the best place to hide something. Yep, right in front of your face. Lost your keys. It's always in the last place you look because you know you didn't put them there. The whole time they were in front of your face because you put them where you know it's going to be the last place to look. You know, we deal with this type of stuff every day, and it's more and more. You know, I like the concept of the red pill, being awake, seeing things for what they are. It's enticing. But it's not enticing enough that you question the very red pill. You don't link it to other things. You know, because we keep forgetting as we evolve, as generation and generation comes, older knowledge is lost and forgotten. It's put in the history books, and oh wait, along comes Common Core. Let's remove certain parts of history. Let's get everybody connected. Why? The more people that are connected, the more they will argue amongst themselves. The more they will question. If we just dangle the right things and twist things the right way, much easier to divide people now. Much easier to pit people against each other. Now before, it was a little bit harder. You know, like I said, in the end, this is just my opinions. My crazy theories, if you want to say them. But I'm not scared to question things. I'm not scared to theorize. Because when you start doing that, you start seeing things for what they are. In a sense, you start realizing, whoa, wait, what's the catch here? Why do they want us all red-pilled? Why did so many people jump on that claim to be? Well, yeah, because it is. I mean, the concept of the red pill in the Matrix was to see the Matrix, see it for what it truly was, how you were imprisoned within the Matrix. By taking a pill, you was able to free yourself and see the world for what it really is, see the nakedness. Once more, we return to the Garden of Eden. Once more, the snake rears its ugly head. Previous generation, Alice in Wonderland, let's go down the rabbit hole. See a different world. That almost mirrors the world you came from. like I said, it is interesting when you start questioning things and thinking things. You get new perspectives, new ideas. Doesn't mean you have to hold them at face value and say they're fact. When we start questioning things, we start breaking the chains of bondage, the chains that are meant to enslave us. You know, I've talked about a little bit about AI, robotics, cybernetics. I probably missed a key important other aspect of technology, the alchemy, the alchemist properties of it. When we start dealing with vaccines or the concept of a pill. Wait. Pill. Pill equals vaccine. Pill equals medicine. A cure. We take the pill. I wonder why so many people are so addicted to painkillers and pills these days. Why the concept of taking a pill means good health, less pain. Yet another illusion. Some could say, well, you're just playing on metaphors and all the other colorful English terms we learned in English class. Where do you think they learned that from? What do you think the ideology of philosophy of using terms like that? Verb equals action. Noun equals more of a person, a persona, an idea brought to life. Spelling, spell. To cast a spell, to speak a spell, to sing a spell. Lullaby, to lull somebody to sleep. To lull them into hypnosis, gnosis, a state of trance. But yet, we don't question. We don't realize those very play on words have actual properties that they just tell us. They tell us it means this. They program us to believe that they mean this. They've already given us psychological triggers to trigger us with when they choose to bring it about. Who taught them this? Yes. Don't have to answer the question. I've already told you. But then again, we already knew. Oh, didn't see that one coming, did you? Why? Because our forefathers and forefathers and forefathers all the way back to the garden ate the forbidden fruit. We already knew. We've been reprogrammed not to know. By the way, I just thought of that because it's just the way it goes. When you let things flow, question, and just let your mind ramble, let the things come out the way they come out. Don't censor yourself. Don't PC yourself. Be free. Look at the things that come out. Look at the new ideas that come out, another way to think of things, see things. See the danger of questioning? I want to look something up real quick. Hearsay, another term for heretic. Apostate, backslider, recreant, Protestant, dissenter, skeptic, freethinker. Noun, mainly RC Church. A person who maintains beliefs contrary to the established teaching of the church. A person who holds unorthodox opinions in any field. Derived forms, heretical, adjective. Heretically, adverb. Word origin and history for heretic. Mid-14th century from the Old French heretic, from Church Latin, hereticus, from Greek, hereticus, able to choose, the verbal adjective herein, hearsay. Heretic definition, one who challenges the doctrines of the established church. Martin Luther was proclaimed a heretic for rejecting many of the tenets of the Roman Catholic Church. Wow, interesting. And it goes a little bit deeper than that. I wish to actually continue with the word origin. Why freethinker? Why don't they want you to be free thinkers? Why do they want you to be labeled red pill? Why don't they want you to question? Stop and question everything. Don't tell me you're awake. Prove it by questioning everything. Then look upon this world with fresh eyes. Not red-pilled or blue-pilled or whatever label they choose to throw at us at this moment in time. Left, right, alt-right, light-right, rogue-right, alt-left, libertarianism, conservative, Republican, Democrat, communist, socialist, nationalist, and the list goes on and on and on. Quit identifying yourself to a label. Be free thinkers. Do not be red-pilled. Red-pilled is just another thought of control. Another false reality illusion that to ensnare you from seeing the truth. So yes, I see why everybody hates the Masons, the Freemasons, and any other belief system that goes against their own. Why? Because you're taught that. Why is the United States so hated by every nation? Oh, just read our Constitution one time. Oh, wait, that was written by Freemasons and Masons. Well, yeah, free thinkers. Ones that believed in you should have the right to believe in what you want. Sit back and research some of the journal writings of those men. Oh, wait, they were occultists. Oh, well, maybe they were. What is the occult? Study of the unknown. What does most people fear? The unknown. Just for shits and giggles, guys. Science. What is the origin of science? The definition is commonly understood as between theoretical truth, Greek boy, I'm going to butcher some Greek words now, episteme, and methods of effecting practical result, technique. But science sometimes is used for practical application and art for application of skills. To blind someone with science confused by the use of big words or complex examples. The meaning of science has evolved over the past 2 centuries, so too has the recognition that the soft science is just as critical to humanity as traditional hard science, and feels different as genomics or human geography. Oh boy, French. Rhythms of dietary of hard and soft sciences, and many of their applied allies like engineering, fantasy, how the development of new knowledge through research. Okay. 1580 to around 1590, medieval Latin, scientificus, equivalent to scent, science.
Congratulations on those users.
Really? An ad? Wow. Scientific, adjective. Prenominal, the relating to, derived from, or used in science. Prenominal, occupied in science, scientific manpower, confirming with the principles or methods used in science as scientific approach. Word origins, 1580s from Middle French Scientific, the medieval Latin scientificus, pertaining to science, from Latin scientia, knowledge, vicius, making, farsi, to make, originally used to translate Greek, etymonicus, making knowledge, in Aristotle's Ethics. Scintille, mid-15th century, based on knowledge, from Latin scintillus, in the classical purist. Choice for an objective based on science, scientific, and also has been used. First record of scientific revolution is from 1803. Scientific method is from 1854. Scientific notation is from 1961. And there's other versions of what it means, as well as to prove something right, or to prove a concept into being. Makes one think. Why do we need to prove something exists? Oh wait, because they tell us it exists. They give us a complicated formulae of notations, of letters, abbreviations, numerics. Where have I seen that before? Yeah, I know what a formula is. I know what scientific notation is. We just called it something else back in the day. You can do this with pretty much any other words. And you'll find different meanings. You'll find where it originally was used in language, in context. Then you'll see how it's evolved throughout the years, how things were added to it, changing it. To make you believe in something, or to divide the people. This scientist said this, but this scientist says the opposite. Now, we don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We know where that leads. It leads to many good conspiracy theories. And what is a conspiracy theory? Is that not thinking outside the box? Maybe seeing things for what they really are? It's not red-pilled, but it's a conspiracy. It's a theory, yet to be proven. Conspiracy is unknown. Legend, myth, lore, now conspiracy replaces those terms. Not a myth, not a legend, not science fiction. It's conspiracy theory. Something yet to be proven. And we know how deep that rabbit hole goes. That's how they constantly pit us against each other. Well, this scientist says this. Well, here's his notes, his documents, his facts. Do you ever go research them? Oh, hell no, because it's full of big, colorful words and long, abbreviated mathematics, trigonometry, astronomy. astronomy mixed in. Then we have this other scientist that says the opposite and has his data and metadata and meta tags. So who do you believe? Ever compare the notes side by side? Strip the dogma from it? This is dogma. What is global warming? Well, depends on which scientist you believe. If you believe the ones that take the ice cores, read the tree rings of the old ancient trees, does global warming happen? Yeah, actually it does. It's a natural process. It's a natural phenomenon. Which, they'll point it out on both sides. And they'll just add their rhetoric, their dogma, their ethics, whatever label you want to adhere to it. And they write out some long, complicated formula that proves they are right. Then they bring it to the masses, the people, society, and they give them the information backed by tons of bureaucratic red tape, influential payouts, and people hear these scientists, these educators with doctorate degrees claim these to be fact. And we have the other side of the coin who says that's not fact. We have the evidence right here. Now we're caught in between trying to decide which one should we believe in, which one's right, which one's wrong. Nothing's changed. We're repeating history all over again. Why is that? Why can't we learn from history? Well, what is history? Oh, that's right, it's his story. It is a story of the conquerors and those that rule, that are in control, that dictate what is to be true for the masses, the populace, civilization, cultures. We conquered that culture and we rewrote their history. We took their history and added it, a little bit of it to ours to make it look like it's their culture. How red-pilled are you guys? Can you see where this line of thinking and questioning leads you? The more you talk, the more things come up, the more realizations that spring to mind. Oh wait, are you actually using your mind? Yes, you are. When you start allowing things to free or flow freely, thinking, questioning, learning, and unraveling those illusions that are dangled in front of you every day. Seeing it for what it really is. Just another means to divide us, another means to control us. another means to keep pitting us against each other. I know I, for one, am tired of the division. I'm tired of all the labels that they use to define you, that they use to take your free will, your free thinking process away from you. When will we learn? Why do we have to adhere and pick labels to define us when you should be defining? You yourself should be defining yourself as yourself. There should be no definition or label attributed to yourself other than your name. That's who you are. What do I see from you? I see John Doe in front of me. Why is he John Doe? Well, because he does this. He represents himself, carries himself or herself this way. I don't see the label until you start talking, until you start showing me that label. You're not showing me who you are. You're showing me what label you're following. You know, we get caught up in everything. That's why I tell people, don't judge people by their labels. Judge them by their actions, how they hold themselves, how they carry themselves. Because the action is who they are. They aren't what somebody says they are. But I'm actually going to keep this one short. I want you to think, and I actually want people to listen to this video. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope I made you think and question. Because believe me, I could probably go on for hours on this topic. It's just a matter of questioning things, not taking everything at face value or everything is true. But I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been a fun one, at least for me. And I will see you guys on the next one. And for those that are celebrating whatever holiday you're celebrating, happy holidays. Now, yet again, another labels that divide us instead of just being festive and coming together no matter what our beliefs are. No matter what day it falls on, it's good to be joyful and happy, sharing things with people. Every day is a holiday, if you ask me, where we can get together and share ideas and have good, deep conversations. So I want to wish everyone a happy holiday, because I know some of you guys are going to be starting to travel. It might be a couple weeks before you guys tune in or check out the videos. So doesn't mean I'm not going to be doing them. Because you know me, every week I'll be doing them. Might even do a Christmas one on Christmas Day. I don't celebrate the holidays. I celebrate life, which is every day, as long as I'm breathing. And I get to celebrate the lives of each and every one of you that enter my chat or watch these videos, leave comments, and send me messages. So you guys be safe, have fun, enjoy life. Above all, start questioning everything and become free thinkers, thinking for yourself. I will see you in the next video.